up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get.
Bag 'em up.
It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic.
Conscious blacks are dirty Moors too. Bring the trash can. Oscar the Gross, the Hebrew bareface or masked man. A new high priest returned from the dead. Walking out the shallow grave by the hair of Freemason head. Lemurian Moor. Decapitate a magistrate or any more debater. Trade his fingers on your pizza, serve tobacco waiter. Liquidator, sellout instigator. Preset voltage, shock Morris defibrillator. Sitting on a metal chair with the feet in water. Torture, got your daughter enforcing law like Drew Ali taught her. Cry and beg no mercy, prepare for slaughter. Won't wait till midnight, daytime marauder. Not for the booty, but helps you get broader. Righteousness stalker, shouldn't have crossed this border. Vampire scared of an order of daywalkers.
Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get.
Bag 'em up.
It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic.
Conscious blacks are dirty Moors too. Bring the trash can. Oscar the Gross, the Hebrew bareface or masked man. A new high priest returned from the dead. Walking out the shallow grave by the hair of Freemason head. Lemurian Moor. Decapitate a magistrate or any more debater. Trade his fingers on your pizza, serve tobacco waiter. Liquidator, sellout instigator. Preset voltage, shock Morris defibrillator. Sitting on a metal chair with the feet in water. Torture, got your daughter enforcing law like Drew Ali taught her. Cry and beg no mercy, prepare for slaughter. Won't wait till midnight, daytime marauder. Not for the booty, but helps you get broader. Righteousness stalker, shouldn't have crossed this border. Vampire scared of an order of daywalkers.
Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic.
Say what you can say, back it up. But leave something for me to blaze like the fire, but the pork ain't coming out the flame. Going for it. Think you pull it out, then you went for it. Put it in your mouth, then you're ignorant. So far, never died yet. Cycle back to a private act. About to get touchy. Some say, look, face racked up. Put on my pale birthday skin suit on for some random acts. And cycle back from what country? Head trunk to potatoes crunchy. Back country from the load. Eating Humpty Dumpty process. Not the object, I suppose. Wild caught something fresh. Grab it up. Come tell you the rest. Right?
Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic.
Bag 'em up. Opponents in opposition. Truthfully, I put them to sleep. Bagging them's not my position. I just listen. Let they loose lips fill my clips. When I squeeze these thoughts, seize the growth of nonsense. They pretense. Triggers our truth sense. Hence, we may get tense and commence offense. Their words meant to get. They ricochet and sprays. Since bullets have no names, we actively decay. The way they project and present correct. When they respect the check, allow them to resurrect in retrospect. Or dialects firm for reason. Taking kindness for weakness stimulates that gun season. We are in a state in which you may relate. For those that have yet to reach our stage and relate, that although we stay in a state of building more than breaking, there are some that have forsaken their honor and must be taken.
Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic. Bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic, bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get, bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic, bag 'em up. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get ugly in here. Grab the mic.
This that new bitch.
Telling me shit through numbers though. I don't like counting, man. Back to the counting stuff. Ancestors, man. Pro bono, publico, pro facto, pro indefenso. We that two things tramp on top of B-Mac. Sounds like an E-flat, quattro doors. Ablaze with my circle, involve my C-ergo. Leans back, but not that high. I'm a B, but I'm not that fly. Bugging you, I'm not that kind. Look like a mean mug, what did I do? Try to relax, let your feet hover, fall off your path, let the leash suck ya. I didn't mean that, you said you needed intensive care. I got the weed pack, cock 10 bags of your head. You said you need that, with the tail, I brought the whole steed. Giddy up, wasn't funny, what you call money, bring the green back, but greed is always left intact. Papa, pro bono, et malo, pro indefenso, pro
bono, progress need no promo. Brainwashed by TV programs, no, proclaim lower self, project higher than rockets. Profound like fork tongues in sockets. Protection lacking, project in a direction away from blacking or be lacking. In a zombie procession, most profession keep you from progressing, denying due processing. Prosecutor wants no impropria persona in full life for obia. Prodigal son, nautical, astronomical one. All pro, never implausible, cause probable. Proactive, not passive. Mind's captive, problem. Children angry and hyperactive. Needs more probiotic. Pro-black is pro-death. I'm proceeds and process. Pro-democracy, Moors keep me perplexed. Not hearing innocence, Kirkman Bayes, Moors profess. Seating no Moors in the back with no protest. Spiritual work is in progress.
Speaking pro is best, a point I emphasize, no stress. Meaning attend to what is or is to be, what's not less. Communications and tests and verbally I express my progress and high probability for profit we opt to get. Opportunities that set our plots in check. To apply the domino effect, a story connects. More important than the past project, hence we document the step correct when we reflect. Plus self-respect to detect what's real and focus on growth. Just what it is and reduce the theme of this verse, so take note. I proactively promote the quotes that I wrote when enlightened. Stimulating my state to be one more great from inciting. Affirmations that heighten implementation and writing. This that new bitch.
Telling me shit through numbers though. I don't like counting, man. Back to the counting stuff. Ancestors, man. Pro bono, publico, pro facto, pro indefenso. We that two things tramp on top of B-Mac. Sounds like an E-flat, quattro doors. Ablaze with my circle, involve my C-ergo. Leans back, but not that high. I'm a B, but I'm not that fly. Bugging you, I'm not that kind. Look like a mean mug, what did I do? Try to relax, let your feet hover, fall off your path, let the leash suck ya. I didn't mean that, you said you needed intensive care. I got the weed pack, cock 10 bags of your head. You said you need that, with the tail, I brought the whole steed. Giddy up, wasn't funny, what you call money, bring the green back, but greed is always left intact. Papa, pro bono, et malo, pro indefenso, pro
bono, progress need no promo. Brainwashed by TV programs, no, proclaim lower self, project higher than rockets. Profound like fork tongues in sockets. Protection lacking, project in a direction away from blacking or be lacking. In a zombie procession, most profession keep you from progressing, denying due processing. Prosecutor wants no impropria persona in full life for obia. Prodigal son, nautical, astronomical one. All pro, never implausible, cause probable. Proactive, not passive. Mind's captive, problem. Children angry and hyperactive. Needs more probiotic. Pro-black is pro-death. I'm proceeds and process. Pro-democracy Moors keep me perplexed. Not hearing innocence Kirkman Bazemore's profess. Seating no Moors in the back with no protest. Spiritual work is in progress.
Speaking pro is best, a point I emphasize, no stress. Meaning attend to what is or is to be, what's not less. Communications and tests and verbally I express my progress and high probability for pride that we opt to get. Opportunities that set our plots in check. To apply the domino effect, a story connects. More important than the past project, hence we document to step correct when we reflect. Plus self-inspect to detect what's real and focus on growth. This is what it is and reduce the theme of this verse, so take note. I proactively promote the quotes that I wrote when enlightened. Stimulating my state to be one more great from inciting. Affirmations that heighten implementation and writing. Healthy reminders inciting the calm and minded to fighting. Or more like a dance, the mental train. Know what I'm saying? Like Coach Nim said, it's often the weak that complain.
Pro bono, publico, pro facto, pro indefensio.
Pro bono, progress need no promo. Brainwashed by TV programs, no.
Speaking pro is best, my progress. But yet, I proactively promote the quotes that I wrote.
Brother Polite, that's your bro, yo? Yes or no? Because you do know that nigga's a bozo. Y'all look at his face. He like, yo, Brother Polite, that got nothing to do with me. But it does, because you get judged by the company you keep. And he's a fraud. A black activist posing, a con artist posing as a black activist. Who raped the black community out of thousands and turned and gave him his ass to kiss. His position in the black power movement is misleading. Fraud. A black activist posing, a con artist posing as a black activist. Who raped the black community out of thousands and turned and gave him his ass to kiss. Polite, that's your bro, yo? Yes or no? Because you do know that nigga's a bozo. Y'all look at his face. He like, yo, Brother Polite, that got nothing to do with me. But it does, because you get judged by the company you keep. And he's a fraud. A black activist posing, a con artist posing as a black activist. Who raped the black community out of thousands and turned and gave him his ass to kiss. His position in the black power movement is misleading. He charging money for this knowledge that ain't nobody receiving. Yes or no? Because you do know that nigga's a bozo. Y'all look at his face. He like, yo, Brother Polite, that got nothing to do with me. But it does, because you get judged by the company you keep.
You get judged by the company you keep, huh? You get judged by the company you keep. You get judged by the company you keep. So KTL Radio, you wanna know what's going on? You're repping this pedophile. You wanna know what's going on? All you people who've been backing him. All you people who've been backing him, Nation of Islam, we wanna know what's going on. Why are you backing pedophiles? Why are you shaking hands with pedophiles? Meta World Peace? LA Lakers? Well, we already know you guys are down because you got Dwight on there and he's the penis grabber guy. You guys already got the penis grabber guy on your team. So we already know Lakers are down. How you change your name and all that stuff. You're trying to do better and all this. You're Meta World Peace, but you're hanging with a pedophile. We're just asking the question because, you know, I was watching YouTube and this video came up with this brother doing spoken word, and his spoken word was showing how Polite's a fraud. And this is at least going back to 2018. What year is it right now? Well, you're surprised about something? Well, you're surprised? Interesting. But he said something real interesting.
Polite, that's your bro, yo? Yes or no? Because you do know that nigga's a bozo. Y'all look at his face. He like, yo, Brother Polite, that got nothing to do with me. But it does, because you get judged by the company you keep. And he's a fraud. A black activist posing, a con artist posing as a black activist. who raped the black community out of thousands and turned and gave him his ass to kiss. His position in the black power movement is misleading. He charging money for this knowledge that ain't nobody receiving. Yes or no? Because you do know that nigga's a bozo. Now look at his face. He like, yo, brother polite, that got nothing to do with me. But it does, because you get judged by the company you keep.
Oh, you get judged by the company you keep, huh? You get judged by the company you keep? For real? Money Mayweather. Chilling with the pedophile. But, you know, he has strip clubs and all that stuff, so we already know he's going to be down. You already know he's going to be down. We're just saying, this spoken word was interesting because, you know, his opponent is Polite's boy. And he's telling him, bro, how you come into battle when your boy is a conscious con artist? And everybody knows that he's a conscious con artist. Everybody knows. Oh, so you're surprised that some stuff came up about he molesting somebody? He been molesting her. Because these people are dirty sellout traders. And they have no line that they won't cross. They'll cross every line. Because they're a sellout. They're going to touch people's children. They're going to make your sons and whatever come sit on their lap. They're going to play all these games with you. With your mind and physically playing with your children. And you're letting them. Which is the part that's crazy to me. You're letting them? When Polite came out here for his lecture, his wife's skirt was so short that everybody in the front row saw everything. That's how short her skirt was. This Polite's wife, no big deal for the conscious people. Ain't no big deal. You know, we're there as Moors, you know what I mean? So we have our little corner, our table set up, you know what I mean? And we're just here to see who comes to our table. Now, obviously, no one came to our table, but all of them rushed over to his table and bought every book. He had books stacked to the ceiling. When he left, there was no books left. And then everybody who was from Toronto that was there vending left with all the stuff they came with. Now, we're there as more, so we already know what's up. The amount of times that she walked around this place in this short skirt, the amount of times she made laps in this skirt where everybody could see her JJ. Did the little ritual, went back to the table, people bought out the table. Do you know what type of dark arts these people are involved in? That he's going to send his own wife out as bait to pull people to their table. And then everybody's going to buy out everything. I saw it with my own eyes. Their books went from above their head to nothing left on the table. And people who've been in this community for years left with everything they came with. But this pedophile came here selling books, and all these people out here supported this pedophile. All of them supported him. And you're not gonna you can't back out now. Well, that was back then, we didn't know. No, none of that. He's a pedophile. And the girl had enough, and she squealed. And then don't when she comes out and says, I didn't say that and all that stuff, know that they pressured her to say that. And he should get life and bury him under the jail. Traitor, sellout, involved in pedophilia. Don't forget you bought out all his books. And on top of you buying out all the books, you bought out all the DVDs and you didn't learn jack. Because you're still here looking at us. But you chase this pedophile all over the place. Repping for him. Right? You're going to be judged by the friends you keep, right? Right, Snoop? We already know Snoop, you know. He's in there. He got the star and stuff. He's in there. These people are in there. But you get judged by the friends you keep. And if you're hugging up with a pedophile, Snoop, we're looking at you funny. All of you, we're looking at you funny. Chef, whatever your name is. Chef, whatever your name is. You hugging up with the pedophile? All you people. Thank you for putting us on notice to let us know who you're riding with. Because we already knew what was up. We already knew what was up. We're not new to this. All you people who've been getting played. People change their name and come up with something different. And, hey, that's the same face of the guy who 5 years ago was saying $500 for a package. And we're looking at all you people funny too now. All you thumbs up people and all that stuff. When you're on there live, 50,000 people on there and all that. We're looking at all you people too. All you pedophile pushers. Hey, Russell? You look kind of nervous though, Russell, like you already knew something was up. You look kind of nervous. How come Russell's looking nervous? Is it because he knows this? I'm taking a picture with a pedophile right now. No, Russ knows what's up. He's not, Russell Simmons, They've been playing you for a long time. Oh, is that Kobe? Kobe's with the pedophile? Oh, so now all you Kobe people. Now we're looking at you funny. And, we're letting you know. Or nah, he wasn't, because, it wasn't really, he could just take this picture because he's Kobe. He doesn't know him. That was just, so we're going to give this one a pass. Plus all the, all right, why are you talking about him and he died and all that stuff? Get the hell out of here with your BS. Because you people talk about Noble Drew Ali all day and he died. So FOH. The hell are you talking about? The hell out of here. All you traitors and sellouts and backbiters and turncoats and everything else that we could call you. You're disgusting. You can't talk to Moors. The hell are you talking about? You people have done nothing for our people. These Moors wrote a writ. People have done nothing. Lisa Moore stood on his square and said, you don't have jurisdiction. He just said something. Didn't go in there like a little bitch nigger bowing to some European. You walk in the door, you don't even know this man. You're bowing to him. Bowing like a good nigger. You got nerve to talk crazy about Moors? Go get a ticket tomorrow and fight it. Bet you bow to that European judge in there. Like a good nigger. Bowing to your master. I bet you'll be in there bowing to him. And you talk crazy to Moors who don't bow at them judges. All those Rastas talk about they don't bow and all that stuff. You go in there bowing to judges and you got tickets though. Bet you don't leave there without your stuff. So you pedophile lovers, we have our eye on you. We see who you've been taking pictures with. And we see what's going on.
Flowers.
Like,
That's all.
you put me on or something.
Right.
Telling you I bear witness, beloved.
Ooh, respect that.
I bear witness, bro. Proud of you, beloved.
Thank you, Ken.
No, thank you. Thank you. You hear me?
It's mutually
No,
beneficial.
thank you.
Yes.
Please stop talking to me.
Yes.
Oh, you missed it, huh? You missed it? Don't forget, this is Dungeon Dragon and stuff, so he knows the rituals. Been known the rituals because they're a nation of gods on earth. So you think they don't know what's up? But we're looking at you funny, boss, because you've been riding with pedophile. You call him pedophile God? When the pedophile's God, you know the stuff's over. When the pedophile is God, you know that it's done, right? And this is nobody. This is bossa boss. So now we have to watch Raw Digger and Spliff Star and everybody else funny now too? Because they're riding with a pedophile? Or y'all gonna start renouncing him and all that stuff? Putting out all your videos that, hey, I had nothing to do with him or whatever like that. That was just a picture. Well, you heard me say, don't ever talk to me. I actually meant that when I said that. He just started laughing. All right, cool. You actually did say don't talk to him, so I guess that was just the final hug and all that stuff because you already saw something. You figured out something. You knew something was going on to say that don't talk to me again. God, thank you. I love you. Maybe people knew he was a pedophile and didn't say anything. Could they have known he was a pedophile and just didn't say anything? Looking at all you people weird. Because his second wife even said that they started talking when she was 16. How much wives he got now? 5, 6 wives or something like that? So from the second one, he was dealing with pedophiles. They probably went to Epstein Island and all that. Pedophile lovers, you're a disgrace to the whole conscious stuff. All you people who've been supporting him, all of you are a disgrace. All you entertainer people, the celebrity people, because you didn't check with the Moors. You should have checked with the Moors.
Is Polite doing that?
You gotta show love. If you really love black people, give us your bread. Give us a fucking house. Give us a school. Put some money together with some white folks and build a fucking community center for black people if you care about us. But you telling us to just love? We don't know how to fucking love. We've been out of love for 400 fucking years. For 400 years, we've been out of love. And now you're going to come here and tell us I vote for Obama. You ain't got no... He can't do nothing. He can do something. We should demand every damn cracker on planet Earth to fucking respond. Because they going to tell us they got 4... They going to tell us... Hold on. They going to tell us they got 3 or 4 fucking friends that are black. They going to tell us that they vote for Obama. So, nah, you ain't going to do what you want to do to redeem yourself. We going to tell you what you need to do to redeem yourself, or we going to run you the fuck out of the community. Because you can't come in a black conversation. You can't come in a black conversation and tell black people how you expect us to love. No, we going to tell you how to fuck to love us. If you want to show love, work your ass off with some white people and create some community centers. Work your ass off, open up one of these stores and just give it to a black person. Restore what y'all have stolen from black people. That's all you got to do. That's love. That's love.
And all the clappers in the back, the pedophile lovers in the back clapping for the pedophiles, we're watching them too. Watching all you people, conscious nothing, bunch of pedophile lovers. That's what you are.
And if you...
You see? It's clear he's not studying Noble Drew Ali. Because Noble Drew Ali wasn't saying that we need to go to quote-unquote white people, Europeans, and ask them to just give us stuff, that they need to do the work and just give us things. No. We can do for ourselves. Just like Marcus Garvey was teaching and showing and proving, which is why Marcus Garvey is in the Holy Quran. In the last chapter, by the way. Very interesting. I think you should read it, Brother Polite.
Just marry each other, stop fighting? What love?
You need to be bowing down right
What love? You should say sorry, man.
now. Yo, you should bow down.
Come on, say sorry.
Everybody say it. Come on.
Bow down.
Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. Bow. No. Get on your knees. Get on your knees. Get on your knees. Get on your knees. Show love. Get on your knees. Show love.
If you just bow down.
Right. Come on. Say it again, y'all. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down.
Now this got real interesting. It's very clear that they haven't studied Noble Drew Ali. Because that's not about get on your knees. Well, let's hold in that guy that's yelling, get on your knees. That would be Sarnetta. I did a video on him. It's called, Is Sarnetta a COINTELPRO agent? You should look it up. Check it out. Let's get back to the footage you saw. What's love about that? Demanding a man get on his knees and bow down? That's love? Kind of weird to me. We'll keep going. Gets a little weirder. Let's watch.
And again, y'all. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. Get on your knees, man. Get on your knees, man. Yeah, I see you praying gay. You don't love black people. What you said?
I don't like that shit. Demanding a man get on his knees. And then even though that Ukrainian brother had nothing to do with the people getting lynched, despite all of that, he still was humble and respectful enough to politely bow. And what do? Get on your knees. Oh, you don't love black people. So what? All Europeans need to get on their knees and bow to quote unquote black people? Really? It's kind of odd that man is just, I don't know, something about this guy demanding another man to get on his knees and show love.
Yeah, I see you praying gay. You don't love black people. What you said? What you said?
You're trying to show, but he's feeling like you're trying to exploit his kindness.
Exactly. See that? See that? See that? See that? It's always our women. It's always the black woman.
Let us be wrong. You got.
See that? What? It's always the quote unquote black woman. What? Displaying logic and reason and pointing out that you were trying to exploit his kindness and force this man that you don't even know, that you're trying to attach the years of enslavement to him, and saying that in order for him to show love, he needs to get on his knees and bow down to you? Who are you? Sarnetta? Brother Polite? All your hyenas around you yelling bow down? Who are you people? Weird. And then blame a woman. I knew there was something weird about that. Let's continue, because it still gets deeper.
Those guys are more closer to us than the white guys and American guys, all right? Because they are immigrants.
She must be a Hebrew. Hold on.
They did not, his people, hold on.
So there's no racism in Russia?
I'm not saying that. His people did not put these people to death. He just
So why was he bowing down? Why was he bowing his head down?
There goes that slickster polite again. Back at it, putting up false arguments, misleading statements, falsehoods. Are you saying that there's no racism in Russia? Did she say that at all? Did she? Go back and rewind it. See if she said that at all. No. But it is very important that Polite brought up Russia. And let me show you why. I'm going to be reading from Morris Jewels, Emerald Edition. This would be Noble Drew Ali on the front, if you weren't aware. Page 9. Alexander Pushkin. Alexander Pushkin is a Russian. To Alexander Pushkin belongs the unique distinction of welding together and elevating a great European language. When a Russian uses his language, he is more indebted to Pushkin than Anglo-Saxons are to Shakespeare. Pushkin, in the fullest sense, is the father of Russian literature. Pushkin was born in Moscow on June 7, 1799, and was descended on his mother's side from Abraham Petrovich Hannibal, the quote-unquote Negro, the Moor of Peter the Great. Alexander Pushkin, the father of Russian literature, one of the greatest poets in Russia's history ever, is a Moor. And his great-grandfather, let's read about Abraham Hannibal. Abram Hannibal, the Moor of St. Petersburg, was perhaps the most famous African or Moor in Russian history. Brought to St. Petersburg from Istanbul by an agent of Russian Tsar Peter the Great, he created for himself a brilliant military and civil career in the Russian Empire. He was educated in Europe, where some say he befriended several famous French thinkers, including Francois Diderot. Scientifically gifted and particularly talented in mathematics, Moor's mathematics, science, Moor's science temple. He is perhaps best known today as the great-grandfather of Alexander Pushkin. And where did I read that from, just in case you were wondering? 77 Amazing Facts About the Moors with complete proof. And you can find it today on CalifaMedia.com. CALIFA media.com. And if you like, you can go to Amazon.com. 77 Amazing Facts About the Moors. Got him. Okay, now that we got a little bit of the jokes out the way, and I've shown you from Polite some of his conniving and deceptive ways where he's intentionally and purposefully using certain words and putting falsehoods and misleading the people. Now let's get a little bit more specific as it relates to nationality, because nationality is the order of the day. That's what Noble Drew Ali was about. So let's see about Polite's conniving ways as it relates to nationality.
Please, Lord, can I ask you what's your nationality on camera? Yeah. Please, what's your nationality? Hindu. Can you please break that down for us?
Means living in our language. Hindu Asusu.
That was interesting, right? When approached by a Moor, asked about his nationality, what was his response? Hindu Asusu? I don't really know where Hindu Asusu or Hindu Asusu is. I don't know where their national homeland is. I don't know when this nation came to be or where they came from or anything like that. But Polite apparently apparently is Ndu Asusu and living in our language, his nationality. And I guess it's better than, his BFF Sa Netta, who said that his nationality was Black Power. But let's continue.
Now what we're going to do is this. But if they are a nationality, one of the prerequisites for a nation is what? Land. That sounds very good. Land. What else?
No. Flag protection.
You see? We're going to figure this out. You don't need land to be a nationality.
No,
okay,
sir.
good. To have a nationality, you don't need land. That's perfectly well. What else y'all say? Huh? People works.
Protection. A nation is a people.
Economic economy.
Language.
Now, language, very important. Language.
That's a prerequisite.
Land, need language. Let's try one more thing.
Military. Culture.
Oh, no, hold on. It gets deep. You need a credit line. How about that one?
Okay.
A nation has a credit line. So now I'm going to ask you as a Moorish American, do you have a credit line? Because nations are able to borrow against something. So are you coming empty-handed? Keep it real. Because now we're going to get to the realistic point of the conversation. We're not going to allow you to act like all your shit is straight. So now what we're going to do, you heard me? Because you intimated that something's not going right with us. So now what we're going to ask is, does the Moorish Americans, do they have a credit line? Since you are a nation.
That brother Polite's a slick one. We're going to sort this all out. Let me put on the record that I attended one of Polite's lectures a few years ago out in Hayward, California territory. And at that lecture, I noticed something. It's very interesting. He came with an entourage of about 10, 12 people. And when it was time for the discussion to begin, some of the people that he was with sat amongst the audience. No biggie, right? Yeah. Until it came for question and answers. And then one of the people that he was with raised his hand and asked a question as if he was just a random audience member. And then Polite answered if it was just this organic exchange, as if it wasn't orchestrated, perhaps planned, a plot, all part of the performance, if you will. Just want to put that on the record as you are watching the clip of him yell out to the crowd, what does it take to be a nation? And then random people will throw out certain things. Was that by chance? By random? You can't really know that because you are not there watching and seeing who's speaking and what's going on. You just see the perspective that the camera shows you. And this is something to pay attention to, not just with Brother Polite and Sa Netta and their actions, but in terms of media in general. You have to be very careful because the media is good at manipulating things and showing you what they want you to see. So be careful. But let's get back to the discussion. Nation. Throws out some things, language, customs, true indeed. Then he throws you that little bit of falsehood in there. Oh, credit line. Yeah, nations have a credit line. And then he proceeds to ask the Moor and identifies him as a Moorish American and says, well, do Moorish Americans have a credit line? What is the point of that question? See, if you respond no, then it is implied or inferred, oh, well, then you not a nation because nations have credit lines. And if you don't have a credit line, you can't be a nation. That's a slick one, but it's not true. No. How do I know this? Just my opinion? No, not at all. I study, and I hope you will too. Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. What do you know? It has nation in here. Let me read it for you. A people or aggregation of men existing in the form of an organized jural society, usually inhabiting a distinct portion of the earth, speaking the same language, using the same customs, possessing historic continuity, and distinguished from other like groups by their quote-unquote racial origin and characteristics, and generally, but not necessarily, living under the same government and sovereignty. Guess what's not in here on the definition of nation?
Credit line. Because he's a fraud. And we've been told he was a fraud. And all these people are fraud. All of them. Everybody played you. Everybody played your ass.
Of the Maroons has exposed the contradictions that has happened as a result of colonialism and British occupation of Jamaica. We're just getting the fallout of an irrational and an unfortunate series of historical events, including the capture, the colonization, the enslavement of our people. So this untidy affairs that has been left by the British on us, that is this farce called independence to us, without recognizing and resolving the treaty issue, is going to haunt us forever, because that treaty is there. You can't turn a blind eye to it. The British have walked away from Jamaica, leaving this mess down here. And they should be called back to recognize it.
Yeah, but why would they be called back to recognize it if in the 7th article of the treaty, that in case this island be invaded by any foreign enemy, that said Captain Cudjoe and his successors hereinafter named or to be appointed shall then, upon notice given, immediately repair to any place the governor for the time being shall appoint, in order to repel the said invaders with his or their utmost force, and to submit to the orders of the commander-in-chief on that occasion. And then on top of that, the 8th article said that if any white man shall do any manner of injury to Captain Cudjoe, his successor, or any of their people, they shall apply to any commanding officer or magistrate in the neighborhood for justice. And in case Captain Cudjoe or any of his people shall do any injury to any whiter person, he shall submit himself or deliver up such offenders to justice. And in the 9th it says that if any Negroes shall thereafter run away from their masters or owners, and shall fall into Captain Cudjoe's hands, that they shall immediately be sent back to the chief magistrate of the next parish where they were taken, and these that bring them are to be satisfied for their trouble, as the legislature shall appoint. The assembly granted a premium of 30 shillings for each fugitive slave returned by his owner by the Maroons. And then 10thly says that all Negroes taken since the raising of this party by Captain Cudjoe's people shall immediately be returned. So if the Maroons pretty much sold out by doing this treaty, because when you check the record, and they're talking about 1738, they're doing some treaty with some Europeans. Instead of just getting the damn Europeans out of here because they're a foreigner, you have your own grass to cut. Send them back home to cut their grass. Don't bring them in here to help cut grass. And then you're playing overseer with them. And then that's a treaty now. So you're bound to that. You can't move from that. But they're not going to bring up Moortown and Portmore and all that stuff. That would not ask the question why it's not called Maroon Town and Maroonmore and all that. Why is it called Moor? Because the islands are also part of Greater Morocco. They're not their own entity because they have some flag, because some independence. Or because they did some treaty with some British who bumped into their island. doing treat. How you even call the boss? So some new guy just comes on the block, right? New guy just comes on the block, sees you, has questions with you, and then you're talking about you're gonna go do a treaty with him. You didn't talk to the boss. Oh, you thought Island was your own jurisdiction, as if that's not part of the greater empire? And the Moors who are at Jamaica went to go talk with them. And the Maroons are trying to convince the Moors that they shouldn't call themselves Moors, call themselves Maroons, and join up with them. And now Maroons are talking about now they got ID cards and papers for people to be Maroons, when they're traitors. The treaty's right there. Don't look at Moors. Treaty's right there. Says that these people agreed to sell out their own people and return them back to slavery. Why do you think all these people just stayed Jamaican? Because if I'm coming to the Maroons and the Maroons saying, "Oh, you're a runaway slave," or "We're taking you back to thing," then I might as well just be a slave then. Because the whole point of being a Maroon is so that you could bring the Jamaicans, slaves, back into the government. But you know, we don't know what we're talking about. But these people are chasing after pedophiles. And these people are chasing after people who did treaties with these Europeans and have everything messed up right now. They're riding with them. They're legit. They're legit because of the treaty. They're a sellout too. Because they should be saying that they're Moors. They're really talking about Maroons and all that. How you marooned? When that was mainland at one time. How you marooned? That's the top of a mountain. Because the stuff sank. Because we were doing dumb stuff. Just like you're doing now. And you don't have any land to sink right now. That's why you're losing your mind. You should have been had well, Haiti's getting it right now, so but meteor should have been hit this thing. And people stopping the inevitable. Losing your mind. Losing your mind. You've been chasing after pedophiles and traitors. That's what you've been doing the past little while. That's what you've been riding with. That's who you've been riding with. I've been told you. Now you're surprised. You're surprised somebody's a pedophile. Oh my God, a pedophile. Everybody's talking about this guy's a pedophile. We've been telling you he's a traitor. Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised when we've been told you about this package seller? These cause confusioners. We've been told you. You know how long we told you? And now it's coming out that they're pedophiles, and you're not gonna give us our props. You're not gonna give us our props. We've been told you. That's prophecy. All the Moors who've been told you that these people are dirty. Nah, the Moors are just mad because they dropped the facts about whatever. All right, well, they're a pedophile now, so now what? Now what? So where are we going now from here? Are we still riding with all the stuff that he was saying, all the books that he wrote and all that? Or are we burning everything? What's going on now? And like we said, go through the list. Go through the list again. Go through the list again. All the people who've been repping. The Nation of Islams who've been repping. Right. Oh yeah. And then Pharaoh too. He has his tranny stuff going on. Right. The NBAers, you know the NBA is gonna rep because, you know, Dwayne Wade and cut the stuff off and all that stuff, right? So you already know they're down. Right. Money Mayweather, you already know Money Mayweather's down. He got the strip clubs and all that stuff, so you know, you already know. Snoop been pushing Corona. He been pushing Corona. You missed it. You missed it that Snoop was pushing Corona, then Corona happened and it's taking over in the world, but it's not a beer. You missed it, huh? And then they switched the name and now they got COVID. Yeah, you probably missed something. Right, Chef whoever. Oh yeah, Kardashians. Yep, can't forget them. Right. Let's make sure we get them in there so you can see who's riding with the pedophiles. Honors to the pedophiles, calling them God and all that. Honors to the pedos. Honors to the pedos.
Is a friend of Polite.
I love you. Brother Polite, that's your bro, yo? Yes or no? Because you do know that nigga's a bozo. Now look at his face. He like, yo, Brother Polite, that got nothing to do with me. But it does, because you get judged by the company you keep. And he's a fraud. A black activist posing, a con artist posing as a black activist. Who raped the black community out of thousands and turned and gave him his ass to kiss. His position in the black power movement is misleading. He charging money for this knowledge that ain't nobody receiving. And the nigga got caught riding with trannies. Hold on, the scandal with him never ends. Alright, so let me get this straight. Not only was the nigga robbing hoods, he also want to marry men? Yeah. You one of his bestest friends, my nigga. yo, but fuck all that kid shit. See, I'm gonna tell you where you went wrong at. Rest in peace, Mike Brown. In his battle with Verb, he wore a hat with his image on it. Try to paint the picture how Verb ignores the kid's importance. You made the connection, because Verb from the place where it happened at. And I guess you figured they would figure that's the reason you even had the hat. Right! But you had another agenda you neglected to tell us. So you wore that hat to advertise it. You intended to sell it. Stop lying. You making money off that black boy death. That's foul, ain't it? And what's fucked up is not a dime of that $23.99 went back to the Mike Brown Foundation. See, you the worst of the lames. See, because you playing off all that hurt and that pain for your own personal gain. And that's why the Brother Polite angle still stands to me. Because he robbed from the black community, but you robbing Mike Brown family. Wow. That's a good angle. My nigga, so before I get out of here, make this move quick, let's review this. Because with him, there's a whole lot of fables that need chopping. He never put no action behind any words that he jotting. Him and Brother Polite, they sitting back and they plotting, and you ain't even all the way blood pussy you spotting.